Okay, welcome back. So now we're working through project one, at least if you're kind of going along same schedule as the class. Yesterday submitted the first big homework assignment. Today and Monday we have some time to troubleshoot and kind of work through project one. And here we are today, spooky Friday the 13th. This is when nothing's gonna work no matter what you do. It's just error, error, error. And then the other kind of logistic thing is that next Wednesday I'll be out. So Monday we'll work on project, Tuesday submit, and then Wednesday take a day off, and then back to work on Friday, jumping into module 2 kind of work. My brother's getting married Tuesday night, for the harvest moon. Pretty exciting. Cool. And that's all the big logistics. Did anybody find something good? Break something, do something interesting, recreate some bugs, and matplotlib or Python? Nothing yet? Oh, man. Should really be, the goal should be at least 5 things break per day if you're doing good new work. And nothing should work on the first try. That means you're not challenging. It's not challenging enough. Where we are, getting started project. Any questions though? What questions are there right off the bat? Yeah.
So when we're resubmitting an assignment, so you grade it and then we resubmit it?
Yes. Is the question can you resubmit before you get a grade? Or yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the first homework.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Yep. Yeah, you can always resubmit with or without feedback. Yeah, if you wake up oh my god, I used a second order Euler method instead of a third order Euler, let me fix that. Yeah, it's totally fine to submit. I have 2 submissions, but none of them graded so far. And then yeah, logistic wise, by next week, Carolyn and Peter will have either grades back or some kind of update of maybe they need another day or 2 or something. But that's the working plan there. All right, let me check in, see where people are at, and then see if anything helps. That is a good question. Which one do you think? Who is TT? Oh, I see. Yeah, T. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so you're doing both? Yeah. And then taking the average. Why is that? Yeah. is it for, I mean, it gives you a value. Like, do you expect that to be better than using one or the other? Oh, you mean difference between the two? Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely correct. I just wanted to know your perspective. Because it's also perfect. It's perfectly fine to use 85 and perfectly fine to use 80. Both of them introduce the same amount of error, which is what you were saying. They're different, big or small. Like average, over prediction and under prediction get canceled out. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, nice. We're getting into the good like numerical methods discussions. I have two data points, like one at time 0, one at time 0.75, or however you want to think about it, 0 and 45, but somehow. So I don't have a slope, but I can approximate a slope. So I can take 2 points, draw a straight line, and that straight line has to have a slope. So that's just a fixed value. Like I can't change that value of dt dt. There's no like for loop or anything that's going to fill in values in between. So now k is that value. So I forget what this is. I think it's like negative 6.7, something like that. The question is, at least the question that has been posed to me a couple of times now, is like, if this is my formula, what is T? T is supposed to be like the current temperature, right? So which one do I use? 85? Do I use 80? Yeah.
Yes,
80?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But no, do you have like, what's your thought process? Why 80?
Well,
you're right. Like, you're absolutely right. 80's fine. 80's
well, since it's
great.
The current temperature.
Yep.
That's what that is, because the initial temperature for us was 85. The real one, the initial one would be like
okay.
7.
Okay. So you're saying.
So that the current one would be 80, since that's where we are right now. It's 45 minutes in.
So T of what am I thinking of? So what you're doing is saying that like this is now, and this slope is using a previous value to find that slope.
Yep.
Okay. Did anyone think the opposite? Because this is wrong. No, I mean I told you you're right. You're doing everything right, but it is like it introduces error. Not in a bad way. There's always like error. We're using computers to do physics for us. Error is part of the game. So this one has error. Did anyone use the other value? Did anyone use 85 as current temperature? So this is my current temperature. So really what we're doing is like if we kind of take away the smoke and mirrors in the physics, it's a question of, are we defining derivative as a forward difference or a backward difference? So in this case, if we say T is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and forward difference is t of t plus delta t minus t of t minus delta t, or sorry, t just over delta t. So there's this forward difference and backward difference. If we say t is 80 degrees, are we calling it a backward difference or a forward difference? Based on these two very similar, I mean, they're not going to give us different values for a slope, right? Like they're the exact same thing. But which one, whenever we say t equals 80, is our current temperature? Is that a forward or a backward difference? I know you want to say the forward. So forward difference would say current time is like the second value. So this would be like 85 minus, or sorry, what am I thinking? Yeah, 85, no, 80 minus 85. I guess that's all. I'm also like confusing it. So 80 minus 85, so 85 would be TA in the forward difference. Versus here, this is saying that current time, that 80 is my current minus the 85, the past. And both of them, the main thing that people ask is like, is it right? And like, no, they're both wrong. They're both taking an exact differential equation and saying that we can measure it with a slope, but that's okay. We can do that. We're engineers. And if it does bother you, you can take the average between the two and get rid of the error on both sides. It gets rid of some of the error of both of them. But anyway, so right now, so forward difference, we would have t equals 85, and backward difference, we would have t equals 80. Both of them are equally wrong, but if you use either of them, you are doing it correctly, and that's fine. Kind of cool.
It's just not go. It's like the go members. Oh, he said. Oh, yeah. It's like they keep the whatever programs and whatever. Oh, are you using like it's like an encrypted version. Like we could record it. Yeah, let's see where they wouldn't be. Let's go wrong. Let's see where they wouldn't be open on Sunday. She goes to like Tavern, fucking West Hartford. But dude, it was Saturday. It was Saturday night. Saturday night, would you say? You probably don't do that. Saturday isn't like the busiest bar, right? Well, that's the right? It's like all do that where there's once. They like they're gonna fuck around with ideas. Yeah, that's what I remember. I got in the house. So I went in there for dinner. I was there. I don't know if they have it. They have like a little bit. I was there with like some like alumni. So I was there for weird and stupid. Dude, you go to the courthouse and like they serve food at the food. Yeah, I haven't been like at all since Matt moved out of that house. That was sophomore year. Yeah, dude, it was like 50 feet away. Yeah, dude, that's like weird. Yeah. Dude, I think it was really strong. It's some crap. You were definitely there. Somebody like dude, I vaguely remember that. Yeah. Dude, I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Holy shit. I think they were looking at us and we were like, were we like running across the road? Yeah. Yes. Dude, now I remember we covered the accident. No one ever remembered. That was wonderful. We like ran across the road. You were like walking around. So you guys like looking at us? Was it in the winter? Yeah. Well, we like throwing snow or something. I really remember doing that. We were like, I was like, outside throwing snow. No, I don't know shit, but we definitely called that accident. That was definitely. Dude, I remember that. Dude, this was like right outside that part. Yeah. Yeah. Came and we just like pissed because we knew he was gonna win. We were like running across the road. So I think the guy was like, did we like just run past us? Or did we run the bar? I ran the bar. I think it was a little bit next to us. We were like, you were like, you don't want to buy yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I go to the like we're like place really nice. Like ordering my dad's credit cards like dude, you're also paying like $12 for the like you're paying for a song.
I don't think Zoom, but WebEx. We have WebEx.
I don't know what that is.
Teams is like, I don't even want to tell you that. It's drives me crazy. It's like a whole messaging software with like built-in.
Oh no, because she did make me decide I failed the class because I missed the assignment because they're so confusing.
I can't. Anytime someone's like, "Oh, I shared it on Teams," I'm like, I just.
Yeah, I got a C minus in philosophy and I don't know what because of that.
Yeah, I'm. It's very much again, and a lot of people like, you can make a Teams group, just leave me out of this.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
I've never even used it.
But WebEx is the one. That one awesome. That one works fine.
So I'm trying to sign into it right now.
Go to this one. This is like an aside from our computational mechanics work, but still, I think it's webex.edu. Or whoop, if I could spell.
Because I don't want to be like halfway through the meeting and like it starts figuring out some stuff.
Yeah, if you Google Yukon WebEx, first link is like Yukon WebEx, and then there's an option to like log in with NetID, and I think everyone has access to that if you're trying to set up.
If I were to send the sponsor a link, you'd be able to do that?
Yeah, like once I sign in. Usually I have like the option to just a general, usually have like your own personal kind of meet room with like your NetID, and you can copy that info and send it to somebody, or you can like schedule one and like send that scheduled meeting to somebody else. Yeah, I think WebEx is our big like we don't have anything with Zoom or Google anymore, but WebEx is our like main.
If I schedule a meeting, is it just second?
Yeah, or like you could schedule something and then invite everyone to that meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they gave me a bunch of cards. Drop off the house. So the whole thing is look at all four in the US. Actually, I don't know what to tell you. They do come with business with it. No, that's good.
All right, so I calculated like forward and backward difference K values. And let's just plug those into so I'm making the analytical, so there's no question about convergence because I just have one function. It doesn't matter how many values of time I plug in, that function is always going to give me reproducible values. But the question is, which one is which of these two blue lines? Which one's a forward versus a backward difference? And remember the original, like at 40, so this is like roughly 45 minutes, right? So that's our slope. So which one's going to be the forward difference versus backward difference? Which one did we use? This is our current time versus that, or current temperature here versus there. Yeah. That one looks like the backward. So this one down here is like, get my pen back. Backward that way, of the bottom one. Yeah, and that makes sense to me because if I look at the top one, that slope that I calculated kind of matches what the slope is from that top one. The line up there versus this one. It almost looks like it matches down here as if slope was continuing from there and backwards. So let's double check our hypothesis. We'll turn backwards to green, and it should be the bottom. And then backward is green. Makes sense. And again, neither of them are actually predicting that at 45 minutes we have 80 degrees. And if it bothers you, we can always take, not there. We could split the difference, right? Take the average between the two, and now we've got a nice, it goes right in between the two answers that are both a little bit wrong, but good, the right thinking with just a little bit of error. And I think with that, are we at? Yeah, we're at the weekend. Sorry. Yeah. I know you probably have more classes, but we're getting there. One item checked off the to-do list before the weekend. Cool. Then on Monday, we can try finishing up. Maybe have a discussion about like, how do I demonstrate convergence on this method or something like that.